So we're now going to create a new material for the coil geometry. So this is going to be similar to what we've done previously. So if I hit tab and material and place this in my node graph, and if I merge this across and pop this in, so now we have both our materials. So if I hover over this and hit E, I can rename this metal underscore matte, and I'll add a surface shader and I'll create a DL metal material. Now before I jump into these parameters, I'm first going to assign my material to the geometry. And so instead of having multiple material signs following each other in the node graph, what I can do is stack them. So if I hit tab and group stack and place this over here, if I hover over it and hit E, then it'll say node type is set for the stack. So a type is referring to the type of node that it's stacking. So if I hit shift and middle mouse button drag my material sign onto this part of the parameters, then it'll set the type for my group stack to a material sign node. Now if I hit this plus symbol over here, it's going to create a new material sign node. And if I jump into my group stack, so I do control middle mouse button and click over here, you can see what happens when you add a new material assign node into that. So I'm just going to remove this and call this material assign green, and this one's going to be for the metal material, and I'm going to call this material assign underscore stack. Now I'm going to assign my material, my metal material. I'm going to middle mouse button drag this over to material sign, and then I'm going to middle mouse button drag my coil shape into the add statements. And now if I send off a live render, so make sure you have everything selected before you do that, my material will be set to my geometry. So if I start looking into the shader parameter, I can start modifying these parameters. And I'm just going to increase the roughness a little bit and set this to 2 a little bit, or take this down a little bit. So I'm going to leave this like this for the moment, and I'm just going to add a little bit of definition by increasing the coating thickness. So now we have little hints of orange in our metal material. So I'm just going to leave the rest as it is, and this is it for this episode. I'm next going to take a look into using network material workflows to assign textures onto shaders.